we can get started. Okay. Darcy, can you do the honors of reading the notes
Yep.
from last meeting?
Okay, so minutes from last time, meeting was Tuesday, November 11th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. We had a quorum. Approval of the past minutes. And let's see. We worked on the timeline document. Dates for website need to be confirmed. Application will open March 2nd or 9th, and closing date will be on March 27th. We want to notify recipients by May 4th. We updated the Somerville website with current information. We'll send requests to IT for it to be published. Students couldn't save their work previously. We'll request a change to the IT team so they can do that. Cindy, Lee, and Darcy Hannah have renewed their terms. It has been approved by the city council it has to be approved by the city council to be official. Charles McGonigal has accepted and needs to do his conflict of interest training and be sworn in to join the committee, which we've done. Next meeting, Monday, November 24th. Agenda for today's meeting, approval of past minutes, review of application questions and scoring rubric for improvements, and confirmed status of new committee member and renewing members. Approved?
Approved.
Okay.
And then just a follow-up. So the website has been updated. And I can, let me share my screen. And actually, I'll just share the link to the, so everyone has it. So this is the URL to the website. And you can see it's been updated with all the dates that we've done. All right, so I'm just going to share my entire screen because I think I'll be probably navigating through a bunch of things. Okay. So this is our mission statement basically. So now it's part of the website. Serving no more scholarships, so we kept that. And then this is all the information that's been updated. So it's exciting. So it's out there. So now at least it has the most recent information.
Yeah, that's great. Good work.
Yeah, slowly but surely it's exciting. And they were actually really responsive. So I'm really hopeful that when we have to make other changes, the web app team at City Hall will be pretty responsive to everything else.
Is
Can I
the open
just
date
ask
early March?
oh, sorry, Charles. Can I just ask a quick question? I think so this all says early May and May 27th. I think it's supposed to be March.
Oh, Melanie, you're right. So there's a
But it looks
typo.
fantastic, and I'm sure no one has gone looking for it yet, so I don't think it's a big deal to change it
Yes.
now.
But that is such a good catch. And I'm just going to confirm March 27th is a Friday. Oh, that's such a good catch, Melanie. Yep. Okay, so let me reopen a ticket and just note it should be March. And then March 27th is the close date. So this is the beta version. Charles, and you were going to say something?
Same thing.
Okay. Oh, nice catch. Okay. And then I don't know if anybody had Charles, do you have any questions at this point? I know you just joined.
Um, no, I really don't know what we're doing at this point. I mean, I know we're getting everything ready to get launched in March, but I didn't know. I've got to kind of get a feel for the steps we're taking now to get ready for that.
So one of the things we discussed about doing for this meeting was to go over the go over the questions. And this document, and Charles, again, I'll share this link with you. Um, and I'll share with everyone, but this is the list of questions from last year's application. And so for this meeting, we were just going to walk through this application and kind of review the questions. And I think one of the thoughts, Charles, something that we discussed was, whether or not we needed all these questions. And we have quite a few questions, and whether or not these questions, the answers to these questions actually are used to determine who we selected. When we did the scoring
Mhm.
rubric, we didn't necessarily, factor in everything because there's quite a bit of things we covered. So the goal is to kind of streamline things and then, determine which questions really are necessary and which ones we can leave out. So just to make it easier for the students as well to apply.
Sure.
And then, so Darcy and Melanie, should we start just walking through and kind of just calling out the questions we may not need? And then Charles, obviously, it'd be great to have your feedback as well.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep,
Okay.
sounds good.
Um, I know I raised a question about 9 and 10. Oops, I don't know why that just turned red. Sorry. But do you think we need those? I think we kept them in just because it's good data to have. But at the same time, I don't know if we're doing anything with the data. Maybe 10, especially. I think that was the one I was like, does that need to be included? What do you all think?
It's a good question to ask.
We tell them that we want it for our records. Sorry. Um, we tell them that it helps us for our records, but that it will not play a factor in the selection.
Yeah, and we could do that. I think for in general, I mean, it's information we can just collect. I don't know if we have to let them know prior to anything beyond that
Mm.
context. So the
Okay.
application itself, it's kind of it's jot form, which is a glorified Google form. So basically they will just page through and answer these questions.
But I
Can
think I see
Okay.
your, yeah.
Is that optional? Can they decline?
All so if this column is whether or not it's required, and so it's optional, so it's not required.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we do anything with the data?
We haven't.
Yeah, I don't remember even seeing it. So I'm not sure how much it matters.
Are we
Yeah, I
okay
think if,
removing
um, yeah, I don't know. I don't,
Do we have
I
the
don't want to
data for
remove it. Oh, sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead, Charles.
do we have the data for the 2025 applicants? Would it be
We
worth taking a
do.
look at that and seeing if this was useful information for us?
I don't think we used, at least I didn't, when I was doing the scoring, I didn't use it to determine, who would be
Mhm.
selected. I
Yeah,
think
Was there
maybe,
any, sorry, go ahead.
no,
oh
go
no.
ahead.
Go ahead, Melanie.
Was any part of the X factor, um, being
Mm-mm.
like an underrepresented ethnicity in higher ed or anything like that?
The main X factor was first gen college, if they were first in the family to go to college.
Yeah, I think there was, weren't there other things or no? There, I thought there was like a whole list of, I'm, I'm, I'm okay getting rid
I
of it.
think
I think there's, you know, if we're not I'm generally going to vote for removing any question that we're not absolutely using.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think when we had these, it was good information retroactively, maybe to collect and do analysis on, but that's just not something we've done, but doesn't mean we shouldn't keep collecting it at some point. Maybe it is something that we collect data on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I can do? I can look through, Charles, to your question, I can just look through last year's responses to see who even filled it out. So our kids even filling this out
And
since
I
it is
guess
optional.
the question you'd want to look at is if there's any, especially if we have multiple years of data still, if we could spot any trends where where any groups are not getting scholarships as much as others. Like with so few scholarships, it's obviously 1 year's data doesn't mean anything. But if you have 5 or 10 years data, it might be worth looking at. I just don't know how far back. our information goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Yeah, and I think that was the intent of this data was more just for reporting purposes, if you will.
Mhm.
So let me look through the past applicants and see if this data is even included.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if people aren't even submitting it, then let's remove it. But if people are, we can keep it for reporting purposes, for future reporting purposes.
Yeah, and it's uh they're self-reporting, right? So it's just whatever they
Mhm.
write in a box.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because even, ethnicity even is right. It's like a whole it's a whole thing, like how you define yourself, right? So um yeah, I don't know how useful it is in our scenario. Mm.
right. Um,
I'm fine leaning towards taking it out unless you see something, Cindy, when you look back that
Yeah, I will
feels.
do a quick look and I'll just see, but then yeah, and then I'll report back and then we can talk about removing it, especially if people aren't even filling it out. Okay. Um, then for the following one, so this has to do with transcripts. And I guess the other thing is, um, by submitting application, so this is more transcript. What is your GPA? What is the name of your school counselor? Counselor's
What's the
email.
difference between 11 and 12?
This is more about it's just confirming that we have permission to request a transcript if we don't get the transcript. But I don't think we've ever requested one, have we?
So we did I think my first year we did,
Okay, so okay.
but I thought we got rid of 11.
No, it was in there last year. Do we need this, Melanie?
No, no.
Okay.
I think, yeah,
Um,
because I think what we were trying to lean towards and like is self-reporting and then just like only getting official transcripts for final or for like the, recipients just to sort of confirm, just because it's a whole thing.
so do we even need, well, I guess 12 is we will request it.
I think what I would, yeah, yes. Um, I I thought, and again, sorry, I might be like misremembering things. I thought we had a place where we asked them to upload it. Like we asked them to upload a screenshot or something like that. No, did I make that up? Or maybe that was for the film stuff.
No, that was the old platform we used,
Okay,
Melanie. So the
got it.
new platform, there isn't a place to upload anything,
Okay.
but I think we can, yeah, if we get rid of 11 because that's part of the application process, but we can at least get the consent and then for the finalists we can request the transcript.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, so we'll get rid of 11.
We're not going to
Um,
have a transcript for the initial rounds.
say that again, Charles?
So we won't have even an unofficial transcript for the initial review, just for finalists.
We do have the GPA question,
Okay.
so that's included. Although the GPA question is not required because we were going to have the transcript, so should we make this required now?
Well, not everybody has a GPA. I think that's what's hard.
Right.
But
Oh,
most schools will, but
okay.
yeah. I
So
think
we'll
this
leave
just
this.
goes back to like what we're making a decision on. Like what information is on the transcript that we would want, right? Because I see value in like
Yeah.
understanding what classes they were taking, right? If it's primarily an academic scholarship, and I think it does say in our mission statement that academics is, an important part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to your point though, Melanie, like I will look at when we did the scoring rubric, GPA was included, but not the type of test, not the type of classes, or even if someone was
Right.
taking EP classes, it was just the GPA. So do
No,
we really
yeah.
know?
So I
Yeah.
guess that's what I'm trying to tease out. Is it just
Yeah.
that we want to know how many A's they're getting because that's what their GPA will tell us? Or
Mhm.
is it that we want to see, oh, wow, this kid was in ESL classes until junior year, tried their first AP class. Yeah, they got a D or they got a C, you know what I mean? But like they're really stretching or like I think there's some context there. I think it's just a matter of whether we want all of that or if we're just like, cool, you're just working hard at whatever you're working hard at, and that's great. Like, I don't know. I can see either way. I just want to give
I,
everyone money. So,
I really like to be able to see their classes because it's also there's often some kids have a really good story of a progression where they come in not ready for ninth grade, get hit real hard, and then make it up. And there to me is a big difference. Someone has a 3.0 who brought it up from a 2.0 versus a 3.0 the whole time. Um, so I've always found the transcript really useful in other contexts, but I don't want to if that's too much. I understand I'm kind of limited by the platform here.
Darcy, have you looked at the transcripts during your review?
I don't remember looking at it initially. I think I just went by GPA. And then the only reason I remember looking at it was maybe when I was trying to narrow it down to my
Mhm.
kind of final picks. Because, and I didn't go over it, I didn't dive in too deeply, but I just kind of took a peek just to see like, oh, what does their academic profile look like? But yeah, I don't think I relied on it heavily, but it's good information to have. But if it's onerous for students, I don't know. I'm on the
Yeah.
fence about it.
And this
I think
question is
one of-
only oh, go ahead,
oh, sorry,
Melanie.
no, go ahead, Cindy.
No, no, go ahead.
I'm just thinking through like what I'm. I think for the Somerville High kids, only because yeah, it's easy enough for me to get all the Somerville High kids transcripts, right? Like that's
Yeah.
easy. I just export it. Fine. It's the other schools.
Yeah.
Um, but I also think if we're requesting it early enough, the truth is we don't have a ton of applicants from other schools.
Mhm.
Right.
And if we do have the name of their school counselor and the
Mhm.
email address there, and it's just one of our jobs, even as the applications are coming in, to send an
Right.
email saying, "Hi, can you please, submit their transcript?"
Yeah. I think it's a very standard ask for scholarship
Yeah, I
applications.
think
Like,
so.
I don't think it's onerous. Like, I think it's a reasonable request.
I think
And
we just need to have an internal process that makes it easy
Mhm.
enough.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Okay. And this question is about mainly consent anyway, so let's leave
Mhm.
this in.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah. And I'm
and
happy
then
when the time comes, if it's easy, just because I'll be doing the Somerville High ones, to just take that on. Like, I can be in charge of getting the other transcripts as well.
thank
thank
you.
you, Melanie.
Yeah.
Okay, so GPA counts, school counselor's email address so that will help with the transcript.
Sorry, now I'm
Mhm.
gonna be a pain, just because
Yep.
every school's set up differently. Can we say like school counselor or other staff member that can provide your transcript? Like sometimes it's the registrar, sometimes it's whatever.
Yep. Or the staff member. Please, you can provide a transcript.
Yeah.
So please list your student counselor or staff member's email
Yeah.
address.
Those be required then so that we can.
Yeah.
Yep, so we can change those. Um, so this one, I'm just gonna do the strike through because I'm gonna submit this to IT. Just keep doing that. do that later then. So this will be yes. So we're gonna make, so I guess GPA won't be yes because some kids don't have GPAs,
Right, so that should not be required.
but we'll make the school counselor information.
Well, yeah, but then do you think people will not do it? Since it's just a text box, can we
Yeah,
just
you
put
could
a
just
little
say,
note and say if your school doesn't do a GPA, say NA or whatever,
yeah, I like
something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
And
I
I,
think
and
we
I think
should have
most
it be
kids,
required.
yeah, most kids did provide it, I think, which is the
Yeah.
good thing. But we can also, what is the GPA? If none, put NA.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay, so then this will be required now. This staff was email. Date of high school graduation. We don't need this, right? Because it's class of 99, 19, I mean 2026. So this was another one I had that we can delete
Um,
Right.
unless there's a reason why.
yeah, I think if we have their transcript, we should be able to confirm that they are a graduating senior.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's just a requirement, like when they're reading the
Yeah.
application.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
and we don't need like the day, you know?
It's always the hardest that like the kids are always like, "What day do we graduate?" I'm like, "It's just put the month and the year, guys. It's fine."
Right, right. I know. It's so funny, like in the museum world, sometimes you ask people, like artists, for the date of the work, and the date of the work just means the year, but they'll like give me like an actual day,
Really?
like the day they finish. It was like,
That's so funny.
I don't care.
you don't
Like
need that.
you're
It's like,
I
you're
don't
good.
need to know
Like
that it was a
kind of
Tuesday.
yeah, yeah. It's so funny. But yeah, I can see the kids doing the same thing.
Okay, so it's not just high schoolers. Got it. Okay.
Yep, nope.
and what about class rank?
I think we could leave it in, but just make it optional, just because not
Yeah.
like Somerville
Okay.
High does not. This is the first class of Somerville High that's not having a class rank.
Okay.
So no Somerville High students will have a class rank.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to put
Um,
a if none, put NA just like we did on the GPA?
this is an optional question. So the GPA question is required,
Mhm.
but the class rank one is optional.
They
So
can
it's
just not answer it.
not a
Are
Right.
you
required field.
are you
So for,
suggesting that we oh, were you suggesting, Charles, that we just keep it uniform with the GPA and the rank?
yes, and just if they have a rank, I'd like to know it.
Mm.
Um, I, if you think it's better to make that a fully optional, you can tell us or not as you wish. But I was thinking it would just like GPA, if the school provides it, they should include it on the app.
So making it required.
Yeah, and just was just like on 13, just put a if none, put NA. So, for example, all the Somerville High students will all have NA.
Is that fine with folks?
Yeah, that's fine.
Also, though, sorry, um, do we need to know the total amount of students in the class? Because a rank of
Mm.
50 could be really impressive or really not impressive.
I don't I don't even know if I used class rank really when I was making the determination.
I don't remember if anyone put it, honestly.
Just,
I
I would just say
think a
class rank.
couple did.
Just keep
Yeah.
it and do. We don't need to know the total class. If we really want to look it up, we can look it up. We can Google
And
it.
Yeah.
if they want to make their 50 look good, they're going to put 50 out of 300.
Right.
Mm, okay. The next one, I think a lot of this was one of the X Factor scores. So
Yeah.
Charles, we had this Factor when scoring, and then first gen was definitely a big one. Okay, so high school information. What are my notes? So high school, you graduated from which school district do you reside in? Do we need that one?
No. I mean, I think we need to, if they put their address in, so
Right, in the
we don't,
beginning.
no, get rid of that.
Okay.
Also, can we simplify the wording of 19? If we say they have to be a graduating senior,
Right.
All of that, like the last attended, like just
Right.
what school do you attend?
Yeah.
Or what school do you expect to graduate from? Like one of those would be great.
Yeah.
Give me one. Yep. I need to reboot my laptop. I don't want to do
Here,
that because
sorry, Cindy, I can type some things too. We're making you type everything here. I can do
no,
some.
it's just something is weird with
Mine's doing that too, by the way. It's like the like outlines going away and then
no, and that's because I'm doing that
oh,
on this
okay.
end because I'm trying to my like the shortcuts are acting.
Mm.
Oh my goodness, this is so annoying. Okay. Um,
I can do some of those then.
no. It's I think it's just more okay, so are you first generation high school? Okay, school district, so we're getting rid of school district.
Yeah.
Which school district? And then 19, what were you
Oh, sorry, I did it, but I didn't strike through, so that probably was annoying.
oh that's fine.
Hold on, I'll undo it.
Yeah. Just needs to be simplified.
Do you want me to do that, Cindy, or are you gonna do it?
Sure.
Okay.
Are you
You just want me to put like a strike through?
or whatever, or highlight it in red or something. So, because I'm submitting this to IT because they have this draft that they're working off of. So I just want to make it as easy as possible for them, so they
Sure.
don't have to compare everything line by line. So I'm just trying to
Yeah.
highlight the changes. So you just put, yeah, just some way to call it out, and then they can figure it out. But I don't want
Yeah.
them have to go line by line. Okay. Um. So then for the intendant, okay. So anything else about high school, and this should be college. I guess college or program info. I think this was post-secondary
Yeah, I think that's
program. So that's just a typo. So anything else with high school information, we just need to know the high school that they're graduating from. Okay.
I think that's it. Yeah.
And then post-secondary information,
Mhm.
I actually, do we need all of them? So we asked for two and three. So I mean, one, two, three different the programs and the status. Do we need to ask for three? Can we just ask for one? Like what their plans are in terms of what they plan to do
Well,
after high school?
I think the reason we listed multiples was because some people might be waitlisted still. Does that timing, is that trying to remember? I thought that was
Yeah,
the
not everyone will know where they're accepted by the end of March. I mean, they should have
yeah.
a pretty good idea, but if they submit mid-March, they might be still be waiting for acceptances.
Yeah. So they may have like a preferred school and they may be writing about that, but then if they're waitlisted there, I think it is good to have kind of see what their backup plans are and see that they have been accepted someplace, even if it's not their first choice.
Okay.
So are we just telling them to choose your top three? I don't remember what the instructions were here, but like, I mean, students have like 15 schools,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Um,
And from my point of view, like when, at least for me, when I'm reviewing the scholarships, you know, I guess I look probably where they're going, but that doesn't really factor into things.
Right. I
yeah, I'm
just look to see
wondering,
if they're accepted someplace.
yeah, but they may,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if we need it.
Because if they awarded the scholarship, then we
Mhm.
obviously will need to know where they plan to go because we have to figure out the payment and things. And if they're not accepted anywhere, then we can just say, okay, well, sorry, you're not going to get a scholarship because you don't have any place to go, and we can find somebody else. So I don't know if we just need it, during the review
Yeah.
process. That was the only thing I was wondering.
I'd be okay with removing it, but I'm only one person, so I'm okay
I
being
think I'd
vetoed.
be okay with removing two and three. Having one would be kind of good just to give a general sense of, whether or not the applicant is planning to go to community college or a four-year college, or just an idea of what, they do intend to do, even if they're waitlisted.
And
I guess the
especially,
question there is like, for me, is how does that change our decision?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, just how are we using this to make a decision? So, like, yeah, just how, because I think it's really hard to tell. Like, I think we don't know how much they're paying at any school, right? And
Yeah.
we know a little bit about their financial information when we ask it, but we don't know the reality. So yes, community college may be free and Harvard is very expensive, but the kid going to community college may have parents who are moving back to Brazil and they have to pay for housing by themselves, and the kid going to Harvard may have a full ride. So I think it's just like,
Yeah.
I guess for me, it doesn't make, and it doesn't weigh at all in the decision. And if we're
Yeah.
only having them write one, it's sort of random because we don't know the rest of their list.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think just selfishly, I found it really fascinating to see what people were interested in doing, but it didn't really factor in. So, yeah, like I like to see all the different programs because I found that really interesting, but especially some of the less common ones was like that made me curious about, what are you into? Like what
Yeah.
led you to that path, And then sometimes their essays would talk about it too, right? So, but yeah, I don't know, not entirely necessary, I guess.
Okay, so
I
we
think the
okay.
what type of post-secondary institution are you planning to attend is interesting, and like
Yeah,
intended major, right? Like
yeah, yeah. But like the specifics, I guess, don't really matter as much.
I also just feel like asking for one is I almost feel like ask for all of them or ask for none of them.
Hmm.
Mhm. So I'm okay
Okay, so
getting
maybe just
rid of
type
them.
of post-secondary program that you're applying for, or
Yeah,
types.
which I think we have later on somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
yeah, intended major, which, may change completely, but
Yeah, because we have the type later.
well,
So
no,
are we okay just removing all of this?
I think so.
It will streamline a lot of things too, so that's good.
I agree, it's fun information, but
It is, I know.
It is.
Easier for me to say because I get to know it all anyway.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
present to you all of the different colleges that all the students applied to. I'll do a presentation to you
Yes,
for
please.
It is fun information,
it
but
is.
yes, I don't think it necessarily factors in. So this is all the stuff related to the post-secondary. So so this will just go into what type of post-secondary institution.
Hmm.
why does it say if any?
It's a great question. It
It-
If
should.
any idea. I don't know.
I
Mhm.
yeah,
Are we aligned to like trade programs that might not be through an
yeah,
institution?
yeah, I think
Or,
maybe they meant like, yeah, some
or
kind, but even that is like,
what if we just say like, what are your plans after graduation?
I think we need to specifically ask about the program though.
Well, we have it's a drop down.
Yeah.
And post-secondary institution, do kids know what that
Yeah,
even
that's what I'm
means?
saying. It's a little, yeah, some
It
kids
seems
do, but
very, yeah.
Can we just say what
Um,
type of college or program? I mean, I think that
Yeah.
kind of covers most
sure.
of what we're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, so what type of college?
And then, yeah, do you plan to attend? I don't think we need the are you attending slash plan to attend.
Yeah.
Do you, oh, let me strike through all this then.
Keep the U.
You can keep the you, yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Whatever, or just add it after do you.
I'll just
Yeah.
do this. They can figure it out.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you? Okay. So
Okay.
we're keeping that. So
Yeah.
if other, please add a link to the program here.
Okay.
Anticipated degree type. So do we need this
You-
because
Just a question on 31. Did anyone have an other besides what was in the drop-down list last year?
I don't I don't know.
Past someone went to it was like a preschool educator certification program, which I think maybe doesn't fall under like technical or trade.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's the only one that we've had, but it was like a specific, like, yeah,
Program.
maybe that was the first year, but it was like a preschool.
Okay.
It was like a certification, and we decided that, like counted. Um, so yeah, I think it is good just because there are things like that that don't quite fall into like it's not really a trade, but it was this like certification program.
The other
Okay.
thing that gets weird is the union actually, because kids are like, no, it's a job, but it's like, no, but you're actually still learning and you still have to like buy your tool. Like, so it's
Right.
not like I would call that a trade program, but they might not realize it is.
Hmm.
Got it.
Okay.
Do we need to give
Do
examples like after technical or trade program, like electrical, you know, uh, I can't, whatever other ones, carpentry, like,
No,
do you,
I think they'll
okay,
be okay.
okay.
and do we actually get any of the trade program kits that
Honestly,
apply?
we not a lot.
No, yeah. I think that's something
But
we should, yeah, we can work on
yeah.
for this year. I'm gonna make a note.
Some of them might be self-selecting because
Yeah.
they might not realize that, we'll consider them. And I think also like grades wise, it's just like a lot of them haven't been as academically strong.
Yep.
Mm.
So, yeah.
There are definitely some kids. I was talking to this junior who got straight A's and he was planning
Yeah.
to go into carpentry and open his
Yeah.
own business. So I feel like definitely there's
Oh, yeah.
potential.
I think for sure. I just, of the people we've seen, I don't remember.
No, there weren't a lot, but I'm gonna make a note to reach out to some of the trade folks at the high school. But
Yeah.
okay.
I think that's good just to emphasize that, yeah, it's considered.
Hmm.
And the high school also they have the daycare on site, right? So I think
Hmm.
the student that had applied before, was in part of that like program too. So I don't know again if that falls under the trade like category of the high school or
Yeah, that's a CTE program.
yeah.
That's a technical program, yeah.
Okay.
So do we need 32? Because we know four-year college is going to be a
Yeah.
bachelor, etc.
I don't think we need that. I think
It
it's
seems
just confusing.
redundant.
Okay.
So intended current or major.
Yeah, can we say like intended, well, first of all, intended or current is confusing. I would just say intended.
Yeah.
But I would
Yeah.
say major or career field. Like again, if you
Mhm.
Hmm.
major is a very college word, college heavy word. I don't know. I can't speak English.
And then student will be enrolled, and then student will live.
Do we need that?
I don't think
Um,
so, because even if a student is enrolled part-time, I would still want to give them a scholarship, right? That wouldn't change anything for me. And even if they're,
yeah, I think the only thing for me is then that tells me like maybe they have to work, right? Like maybe they just can't go full time. So I think, I don't know, that could factor in.
has that factored in the past, Darcy, for you? Have you used this info?
I don't remember if I definitely like made note of it. Because
Would it be
I,
better to ask directly then? Will student work during the school's sessions?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe. Yeah. Um, I think that can be tricky too, though, because like a lot of on-campus jobs you don't get until you start. So they may need to work, but they may not have a job lined up, and so they may not know how to answer that. I'm not sure. Um,
Will it impact your decision on in terms of who to select, do you think?
I mean, I guess I'm getting like the financial need information from other questions as well, but mm, I don't know. I don't feel super strongly about it, but I did definitely look at it last time. I don't know if it made a difference with any of our finalists, you know.
Are you okay if we remove the questions just to, again, just to streamline things?
Yeah, I think
Or do you
so.
want to think more about it? Because if you use it, we should keep it.
Yeah, I guess it's just for me part of like shaping a picture of what their experience is going to be like. Um, which is the same with the next question. And I don't know how people feel about keeping that one, but I found that one valuable too.
The number 35?
Yeah.
I didn't personally use it, but I also think, excuse me, it's an easy and if you feel strongly about it, Darcy, it's an easy enough question
Yeah.
for kids to answer. It's a quick drop down, so I think if you're not ready to let go of it, I'm
Yeah, then
I'm
we'll leave
fine
it in.
keeping it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. I found it valuable.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, agreed. Financial aid. So I guess the question I had about this is if we need all of this information, the FAFSA, SAI, household income, would one suffice?
So here's where I
Mm.
would I would I would advocate for sharing for doing both, and here's why. Sometimes I think they provide a little context. Like we've seen
Mhm.
sometimes kids misunderstand the SAI question
Yep.
or the right, and so it's like,
Hmm.
or they'll misunderstand the household income question, right? Like, or
Mm.
annual household income. And so just
Right.
like, or their parents are divorced and they only put like one household income. But then you look at the SAI and you're like, oh, wait,
Right.
Mm.
Right.
So I
That
do
doesn't add
actually
up.
think it like
Yeah.
corroborates each other and like
Okay.
catches any
Yeah.
mistakes.
I agree.
Okay.
But I would say, and I know I think I maybe made these bans, so I'm gonna correct myself now. But I had a lot of comments last year that were like 175,000 or more. So like making 180,000 is the same as making 700,000 because like that's the reality. So some people were like, maybe we added another band. I don't know. I, I
Yeah.
don't know if there's any.
Did these get pulled from something like I feel like I've seen similar ranges on like the city surveys, like the happiness survey or stuff like that, where it's
Yeah,
like they just sort of have similar ranges.
Hmm.
So I don't know, were we pulling from something specific?
I think I was originally using College Board, um,
Yeah,
what they use for fee reduction. But what's really tricky is like, well, do we have this in here? Do we have the amount of people in your household?
I don't think so.
That feels very important.
No, I remember we had talked about it last year, but I don't think we included it. I don't
It's a
remember why.
it is a wildly confusing question because we have people who like share
Yeah.
homes with like their aunts
Yeah.
and uncles and cousins, but like
Right.
technically they're sort of like a different house. Like they're also working
Right.
their own like nuclear family. It's very confusing,
Right.
but it does give a little,
Yeah.
I don't know, or maybe if we're just using it as sort of like a backup to the SAI, maybe it's okay for it to be a little more of a blunt tool.
Yeah. Because the SAI will tell us if they're in the $800,000 category, right?
Correct.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember exactly where everyone fell last year, but they were all high need to some extent. I don't think any of them were falling into that top band, like of our recipients. I don't know if any of you remember, but
I'm conflating that and the Somerville scholarship one where we definitely had people in the higher band, so I'm not sure.
yeah,
I
I
think
I,
for
I don't
us,
think we
we
did because
didn't,
it's
and that was
like
kind of
our X,
intentional.
yeah, one of
Yeah,
our
with the
X
X
factors
factor.
is like high financial need. And so so I think that excluded basically anyone who's going to be in that top band.
Yeah.
Right, because the X factor was either first gen or if someone was in a low band.
Yeah.
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 What's this including custodial parents? That's confusing.
I think that was I thought that was something that you added because of the divorced parents thing.
Well, the second one seems to get at that.
Okay.
And it's, let me be clear, it's very possible that I added it and I now want to take it out.
That's fine. We can
Well, I
we can
mean,
we can
it's a
revise.
question of should we include step parents' income? Because I know some families that's available to kids, some families it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
I think, I don't know, whatever. Maybe just keep it.
Should we just leave this as is? I mean,
Just
this
leave it
is,
as is.
yeah. We can revisit it if anyone thinks of anything and feels
Okay.
strongly about it.
Wait, sorry,
Um,
can I just change the 37? Can we just say,
yeah.
did you complete a FAFSA or a MASFA? Because then we ask for the SAI from either one.
Yeah.
So
And is
everyone,
that something where you do one or the other?
Yes.
Okay.
okay. Yep. So we can update that question. Okay. The next is student activities.
Hmm.
On
And
37,
for,
did you want to remove the
okay.
second part of it? I'm sorry. Because we asked for the SAI on 38.
Yeah, I
So you
don't
want to
know
remove
why
that
that's
from
in there
the text
also.
of 37?
I'm sorry, repeat that again.
Just the second portion, the student aid index SAI from MASFA or FAFSA, like we can delete that, right?
Oh, okay.
Or I would just put it in question 38. It seems like context that's provided, but it's in the wrong question.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
we need this? Will kids know what it is?
I think we can't just say what's your SAI. I think we at least need to
Yeah.
say like,
What's your student
Okay.
aid index? And then in parentheses, SAI
yeah,
from MASFA or FAFSA, FAFSA or MASFA, I guess, if people do FAFSA more often.
Okay, so let me,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely more of a FAFSA.
Okay.
and we'll remove it from this question. So do a strike through.
And is this a like a routing where if they say no to this, will it skip the next one? Because if not, it needs to be optional.
No, it's just a straight form.
Okay, so then we need to put something in there that says like if you did not complete the FAFSA, put and like did you if you did not complete either form, put NA.
Hmm.
Um, so just put if you did not complete
Either.
FAFSA or MAS
Either form. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Just either. Yeah.
FA, put NA.
Yeah.
And then I'll move the required because it's a required field.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, okay. Okay.
Great.
And then 39 is additional information.
Yeah.
Yep.
Done.
So does that look good for financial aid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I think
think so.
so.
Okay. So for student activity,
Yeah.
we have student activities, employment, student employment, and then leadership and awards. So my thought here was if we could combine them,
Yes, please.
because it's quite a robust list. So for student activities, please include all activities here, including employment. Is that okay for
Yes.
everybody?
Yeah.
Um, including employment. And then also in here, can we note any awards or leadership positions? So that way we don't need a whole separate section for it, but kids can just note it as part of their activities.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Um, so
And then
no any awards
did
or
we have a separate section for like helping family, or is that somewhere in
yes.
this section? Okay.
We have it in here coming up, Darcy.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
a separate, I think it's a question, maybe not a separate section.
Yeah, because it could be in this greater like student activities box
Hmm.
bucket, but I just couldn't remember how we had phrased that. Um,
We had this drop down thing.
This
Which of
one,
these do
yeah,
you spend
88.
significant
yeah.
time doing?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. That was very helpful to see what.
Yeah.
And do we need 6 activities? I don't, for me personally, after like 2 activities, I didn't really delve
Uh,
into the rest. And part of it was kind of like, well, if you're doing 5 activities, how much are you really doing, if you will? Or are you just adding it in because it looks good?
yeah, I don't know. As a student who did all the things, like I would definitely have six, you know? And I feel like people, if they have like a job or two jobs that, maybe they do something every summer, but they have something during the school year.
Hmm.
They play a couple of sports. They're on like student council. And, I feel like, and then they do stuff at their church. Like a lot of kids talked about their church too, right? It's like I feel like you can get to six pretty easily, actually.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Like
And if there's
I
a
feel like we shouldn't punish the super achievers for like, with not being able to put all their stuff down.
Yeah. I think I was just reading something that like MIT had just limited their activities to like 4 or something because after a
Yeah.
while it's kind of diminishing returns. But I get what you're saying, Darcy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Common App limits it at 10. So six feels good.
6 is
Yeah,
okay.
I think six is fine.
So
I
we'll
also
keep,
just copied and pasted. I don't know how much we want to use this, but sometimes it can be helpful for students. I just copied and pasted into the chat what Common App lists for the activities.
Okay.
Um,
Let's see.
Only because we say including employment, but I almost wonder if we should say like including clubs, employment,
mhm.
religious involvement, like because sometimes they may not realize. I don't know, or not.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it is good to remind them of what the options are because they may not consider, some of that. They might not even think about it.
Yeah,
also
and we can
we
add
capture
in.
some different information for employment than activities. We may need to think about how the best way to standardize that covers
Yeah.
work, volunteer, family,
Right.
hobbies.
Okay. So I can include, and yes, Charles, we'll get to the questions then, but I'll include this student activities and just note any awards or leadership positions, and then examples of activities might include.
Yeah, so that does include family responsibilities. So do we want to keep that in that list if we kind of have that drop down with a lot of family stuff mentioned?
Yeah, I can go either way.
Yeah, because I think for some of the activities, kids did list like taking care of siblings as an activity.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they can list it here and then also do the drop down.
Okay.
Um, so let's look at the questions then, Charles, to your point, right? So what we ask for the activities is, just the name of the activity one, the activity type, number of years, activity description, activity organization name, current, whether or not it's current, they're currently doing it, the start date, and the total hours spent. So those are the generic questions that are just repeated for each of the activities.
I think that works okay for jobs.
I yeah.
Maybe a position name. I mean, I think you could have a position as a volunteer or a in a
Hmm.
club. But you also, for a job, you definitely want to list what you do at your employer.
So maybe like activity description, including
Or current position. Um,
Or what was that, Charles?
Actually, activity description, including positions or jobs held, or including positions held.
If relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can, yeah, including positions.
Held, if any.
Held, including positions held, if any. Does that cover it, Charles?
I think so. For job, that's what I'd want to know. Um,
Yeah, I'll do
when
this
it
in
says large
volume.
text box, how large is that? Is that like 1,000 characters, 100 characters? Do you know?
I
I don't
don't
remember.
know because I don't know what the back end of the form looks like, but on the form you have like a single row text box and then it's a large row. So I think it's like 354 characters is the standard for a large text box.
Okay.
Or maybe just a text box in general, and the large one may be over the 354.
Okay. Hopefully that should be enough. I'm just trying to think if someone had multiple positions within an organization as they kind of, moved up over the years, something like
It
that.
should be. I
That
think
should be enough too.
it allows for quite a few characters. Okay, so we'll make an
I
update. So
imagine,
for yep.
I was gonna say, I imagine anyone who filled out the Common App is just gonna copy and paste, and they have the please describe the activity, including what you accomplished and any recognition you have received. They have the position description separate, but it's like 150 characters in that one, so they have to
150.
make it
Okay.
okay. Small. Um, I wonder. So this is kind of silly, but I feel like I'm making the high schoolers sound like they're not that smart, but they really, really are. But I just want to make it as obvious as possible. Um, Activity type, like, can we make that a drop down with all of those things that we just listed? Or I think activity and then activity type and then activity description. I feel like sometimes kids like write it and then they're like, wait, I just wrote that. What?
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
it's genuinely a little bit like, I don't know. I just wonder if that could be a drop down with all those things we just had with an other option,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think there's anything outside that kids would list or have listed?
the only thing
I
that's
think we
not like
could do other.
explicitly listed here is religious, which I think could be in community engagement, but
Mm.
it's not.
We could replace family responsibilities with that because we do have the family responsibilities
That's
question
true.
coming later.
Yeah, that's true. That would
Yeah.
work.
But
And
some
also,
people did include family responsibilities as activities,
yeah.
and that way
Uh,
they could provide more information like the hours worked. So maybe we can do family responsibilities. I'm going to delete the learn more.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, that
The
was just
community
safe.
slash religious engagement.
I
Sure.
wouldn't link that together. I would make that a
No.
separate thing.
So religious activities.
Religious. Yeah.
So then we can just take this.
The list is alphabetical. You may want to put religious activities after hobbies.
Oh, thank you. I didn't realize that. And then we'll make this so activity type. So drop down. All right, so I'll add this in for all the other ones as well.
Um, you mean to do that on 41?
Oh, yes. Yep. Control X. Thank you.
Isn't it fun editing with all the backseat drivers?
Oh, no, but it's good because it's hard to keep track of everything. So y'all are helping me.
You're
So it's
doing
not like
great,
a huge
Cindy. Thank you
mess.
for doing all that.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
I'm just trying to make it not a huge mess to IT so that it can be
Yeah.
straightforward
Yes.
as much as possible. Okay, so we're okay. So activity is going to be activity type with a drop down, number of years, activity description, including positions held, if any, activity organization name, current activity, activity start date, and total hours spent.
Sure.
Okay. So that's going to repeat all the way down for the 6. And then this is the family, the other responsibilities, not just family, but household. So we'll keep this one, which it's not required, but which of these do you spend significant time doing? And this is all the household tasks and things.
Can they
And this
select more
Melanie.
than one?
I
Mhm.
believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, they
Um,
definitely did.
yeah. And Melanie, you got this list dropped down from someplace else too.
Eric did actually, and I
Oh,
think it
Eric
was
did. Okay.
from an application. It was from Common App, maybe, but I don't know. It was from something in the college world.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
This
Um,
living in a home without internet access, is that, sorry, a couple of these that seemed a bit odd because a lot of them are work and things we're doing for help. But
Yeah, what
then living in an environment without reliable internet access, everything else I could see as being very
Hmm.
like something they're doing. That's not necessarily a bad fact, but I don't know if it fits into the rest of this list.
I think that the way I can see it making sense is that we're asking how they're using their time, and if they have to go someplace else to access the internet, then that's a very time-consuming part of their like academic work or things like I think that's the reason that's in there. I don't know.
Okay.
We can rethink it.
It's a good fact. It's good to know that that is obviously something they're having to overcome. Also, I'm sorry to add a question,
no.
but can we give them a like an other like a feel share with us any information about your work at home? Because I feel like just saying I do these things is one thing. Saying I'm watching my little sister every day after school
mhm.
is a different ballgame from I take care of them on the weekends sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So we do have an other,
Yeah.
and
And
then
I was
yep.
just going to say, I do feel like they often talked about it in their essays.
But I
makes
do
sense.
wonder if I like that. So could we just reword 89 to be if you selected any of the above, please describe here? Because if they selected other, they'll need to describe it. But if they select,
Sure.
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
then we
Yeah.
get more information.
Okay. Yeah.
Or any of the above. Yeah, that's good because it also, if they click on something, right, then they really have to kind of mean it instead of just being
Right.
like, yeah,
Right.
I help every now and then, like with parents stuff, with chores. So then student employment, gonna get rid of this whole section because it's gonna be
Yep.
covered under activities, and the same thing with leadership and awards.
I love it.
And then this is the fun part. It's 7:40, so I don't know if we want to save this for the next meeting, but then this is the essay portion of it,
Mhm.
right? But I think we talked about maybe 2 essays. And then a suggestion I had was that I'm just looking through my notes. Was keeping 127
Hmm.
and then adding a question, how has Somerville shaped you? Instead of
Yeah.
replacing this one. And then for this one, I don't know if we really needed it because I felt like when I read the essays, there didn't seem to be like someone
Yeah.
talked about buying a laptop, like it just didn't seem to.
Yeah. This one, that one, I agree. I don't feel like those essays were particularly helpful because, of course, they need money, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and it
and we
didn't get at
know,
what we wanted it
no,
wanted to get at.
we know what they need
Yeah.
for basically, right? So I don't think that one is useful, but I do like the last one, 128, but maybe we could phrase it a little better.
I think remove it.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get good answers. So,
Yeah, it wasn't what we had wanted.
I
But so
also
127 we
I
like,
like that.
right? Oh, whoops, go ahead.
No. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And I really like changing it to how has Somerville shaped you? or something like that, like taking out the Somerville
Yeah.
education piece. Because some kids will be like, I
Right.
don't know, I went to Arlington Catholic. And it's like, well, no, that's not, it's a little confusing. I
Right.
also, I don't know if it says on there on the question, like, do the students see 500 words? Because two 500 word essays are like, I just froze for a second, sorry. Am I here? Can you hear me?
Nope, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you.
Okay, sorry, my whole thing froze. Two 500 word essays is like more than they have to do for most colleges. I mean,
Okay.
So I was wondering if we could make the second one 200 words, the How Has Somerville Shaped You?
Hmm. Do you think we'll get very meaningful answers?
I don't know. I definitely want to try to throw in Somerville in there because, when we
Yeah.
talk with our mission statement, it talks about the diversity of Somerville and kind of the community
yes,
spirit and
I think
engagement.
500 words and you're,
Also,
Oh,
Oh,
we just
oops.
we
lost
lost
Melanie.
her.
Also, are we actually limiting it to 500 words, or is it the same large text box that we use everywhere else?
I don't know. I'll have to ask.
I mean, I don't think any students were writing more than 500. That's just a cap because just letting
But
them
just if
know that like we don't expect a huge
More.
essay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
just if we put 200 words, there's going to be overachievers who are going to write 500 if there's space. Um,
Yeah.
Depending, but I don't know if that makes a
True.
difference. But um,
I don't know. I didn't do a word count, but I feel like people were pretty faithful to the limits.
And
well, and
Melanie, you
also 127, I figure they're going to be pulling from their other apps.
were
I'm
right.
certain we're not the only people asking that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Which I feel isn't a bad thing because,
No, that's
No.
fine.
yeah.
So Somerville, we can make 300. That should be enough room for them to get a point across, I would think. Uh,
And Melanie, you were about to say something. You were in the middle of saying something and then you dropped, but now you're back.
I know, but it's like very unstable, so I'm sorry if I leave again. But I just think it's too much writing. I think all of it's too much writing,
Okay.
honestly.
Okay.
I think they can absolutely answer the question in 250 words. I
Okay.
think,
Okay.
Both of them or just like,
yeah.
okay.
I also think if we're asking them to, I don't know, are they allowed to write in Spanish if they want to? Like, can we give that option? There are so many kids that could answer this question and would be so deserving. And to write a 500 word essay will
Yeah.
take them weeks
Yeah.
Okay.
with, when they're working 40 hours a week. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
Um,
250 too much, Melanie, do you think even?
no, I think that's fine.
Okay,
I
that's
think,
fair then. 250. Okay.
and for the language stuff, I mean, I can read Spanish. I can't read Haitian Creole. I can't, so I don't know how easy it would be if we want to make that an option to find somebody who could, I
Or
mean,
we could just use Google Translate.
yeah,
I mean, it won't
it's
really,
not great, but yeah.
but if you
or
want to give that as an option for kids.
is the wording like, I wonder also, maybe there could be something that's like a maximum of 250 words, but like provide the most complete answer you can. And if it's in a paragraph, it's fine. I mean, that's too wordy, but like something that's like, you know,
Yeah,
any amount
Like
of
up
words
to,
is fine up to
right.
250 as
Yeah,
long as you're providing a complete answer. So that it
I
doesn't feel
think
like you
up
have to
to,
write 250 words.
right. I think
I
up
don't
to.
know how to phrase that succinctly, but like,
No, I think up
up
to,
to. Yeah.
because then it sounds like it's not like that's your max, but it doesn't have to be 250.
yeah.
Um, and then do we want a second question too about Somerville?
I just feel like I've really you don't get a sense of their personality or who they really are from the drop-down menu questions, right? So I really like having their own words.
I
So I
really
don't
like there
know.
being a, I'm sorry, Darcy.
Oh yeah. I don't know, like 250 words just once where we used to have like 1,500 words. Like that's a big drop from what we were getting before. Um, which is
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, but I don't know. It's like this is kind of where we learn the most.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I like having a Somerville question. I think it's a Somerville Municipal Scholarship. Like I think
Okay.
I like that.
So
Um,
up to
Okay.
250 words or even less, like if it's going to be too onerous for the kid.
yeah, I think up to 250 is fine. Again, like
Okay.
what is that? A couple paragraphs? I don't know.
We've gone down from 1,500 to 500 words. I feel like
Yeah,
it's
I
still
feel like
pretty.
we're definitely, yeah, and like we had lots of applicants, so it wasn't entirely keeping people from doing it before, you know.
And the first one's going to be a copy paste from Common App and other
Yeah,
applications. So we're really only asking them for 250 words on Somerville, and that's who's giving the money.
Yeah.
we do have to say, I think here though, that they can't use AI.
Yeah, I added a note already about this, right? Please make
Okay.
sure your essay reflects your own ideas and voice and do not use AI tools to write your answers.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I think it's also important because I actually don't know that the 127 will be a copy and paste because it's not necessarily a question on the Common App, but I think enough of them will have written something. But I also think it provides a nice option for a student to express themselves if they have not had a significant challenge,
Yeah,
or sometimes it's hard for students to pinpoint what their significant
Mm.
challenge is. It's just like, oh, I don't know. I always grew up in the projects with a single parent. Like,
right,
you're not identifying that as like a thing that I overcame. It's not like a traumatic event, even though the rest of us would say, oh, that's a challenge you overcame. Like,
right,
so
right.
anyway, my point is it's nice to have another way for a student to sort of express who they are and how they've interacted with Somerville if they
Yeah.
don't maybe have a great answer to the 127.
Yeah, and I feel like students there have talked about having dyslexia or, like things that actually don't come up in
Yeah,
other
yeah,
questions, right? So I think that is, or like a
yeah,
significant death in the family or, right? Like, yeah, I think
yeah.
that's good.
I'm just putting myself off video because my battery's low, so
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
want to. I'm gonna go plug it in. Um, so are we okay with the questions for now? I'm gonna clean everything up and then at the next meeting we could do one final run through before we submit the changes, and that way we can mull over some of the questions we talked about, and then we can also get Matt's input.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I think that's
Okay.
good. When do we have our next meeting scheduled already? Sorry, I was looking earlier and didn't see it pop up.
I can't remember. Let me
Because
look.
Don't know. Let me pull up my
December is
calendar.
such a cluster. I don't have anything on my calendar, which,
I don't think I do either.
oh no. Um,
It'll be no problem to schedule something in December for 5 people.
right.
I
Has to be
know.
after the 10th for Matt.
Right. So
True.
I guess the week of the 15th or 22nd.
15th, yes. Is Hanukkah a problem for anyone for evening meetings? Um,
No.
You know
Well,
what?
I'll take a break to light the candles, but that's okay.
okay. My kids have a concert. Let's see. Let's
I
see.
can't do that Thursday of the 15th, but the
Okay.
other nights I can do.
Yeah, I could do Monday or Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday nights could work. The 15th or 16th, if that works for anybody else.
Works for me.
6:30?
Okay.
So Charles, you said that worked for you?
Yep.
Melanie, how does that look?
Melanie says I can do the 15th. I can do both and probably prefer Monday. So
Okay.
shall we try for the 15th?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, so what about just well, not the 22nd, that's Christmas. No, yeah, so let's shoot for the 15th.
Yeah.
Um, and I can reach out to Matt to see if he's free then, on the 15th or 16th. And
Okay.
then, if not, I'll let Linda know so that she can reach out to all of us again to see if there's another date.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Let me put a hold before I forget. Okay. So we just need to do our agenda for the next meeting.
So let's finalize the application edits.
Okay. Um,
And Charles, for the SharePoint site, if you go into the general folder, you'll see class year 2025, class year 2024, etc.
Mhm.
And that those include the applicants we got as well as other information.
I only see class year 2026.
If you go outside of that and go to general, if you go to the main menu,
Okay.
if you go to documents,
In channels, general. Got it. I see the old years. Okay.
yep, so that's you can see what has been submitted and what we've discussed, etc.
Good.
You can
Um,
actually, oh, go ahead.
good.
I was gonna say, can probably disregard um the older ones because we had a different platform. So it's going to be a lot of just kind of miscellaneous stuff that it probably isn't relevant for 2024 and 2023.
Okay, so 2025 is basically the only time we've had this platform.
I think so. I think that's when we converted to jot form instead of the old platform we used. It'll be the most useful information for you.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, so the other thing that we should look at the next meeting is the scoring rubric.
Yes.
Okay. I will send the notes to Linda.
Can I raise one thing just for us to talk about somewhere down the line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'd like to try to get student feedback on the application.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking maybe what we could even do is once we have our test site up, I assume we go in and see how it looks and make sure it looks smooth. Maybe we could ask a couple of last year's award recipients to come in and take it, not to like just to, like, put in junk information, but if they have any questions or anything that surprises them or anything that we can make clearer, that might be good guidance down the road for how we phrase this, how we label boxes. Maybe it's even something we do before this year, because I know IT has a certain turnaround time. But maybe
Yeah.
there's some way we can get that information from kind of the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think also we get a lot of that from Melanie because she does help the students actually like fill it out sometimes
okay.
and answers questions. So I feel like a lot of the improvements have come from the students via her because she's the counselor. But we might be able to do something more specific where we have like testers, you know?
Yeah.
But I know that Melanie has mentioned several times that it's like, this is something that was confusing for multiple students.
Okay.
We should rephrase this. Yeah.
But we can even, once the Word documents clean up, just have this, Melody can work with some of the students and just show it to them. And at least for the questions, she can still get feedback from them. So
Yeah.
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
We could, into the next meeting, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think the language issue is a good thing too that we should
Yeah.
consider, because I mean they do need like a level of English fluency for many programs, but maybe not all. And yeah, it's worth thinking about.
It seems like the school's able to provide translators on a limited basis, I know, for various programs or parent conferences and such.
Yeah.
I wonder if we only had a few of these that were coming in non-English. I don't know, it could be Spanish or Portuguese,
Mhm.
but if it's small enough, maybe we could, maybe some of those resources could be used here. I don't know. I said, I don't know what's
Yeah.
available from the city or the school. But
Yeah, I don't know. In general, like the translators at my kids' school are totally slammed all the time, you know? So I don't know how high this
gotcha.
would rank on the priority list. I think especially now, right? Like there's like more lots of legal stuff to deal with. So yeah, but
Okay.
maybe.
Especially if Linda too, because this is more from the municipality level. So maybe
Right.
the next meeting when Linda's here, we can just kind of bring it up because it is a good question. Especially if we're trying to reach, kids that need it the most.
Right.
Okay, so I have to
Okay.
go, but I'm gonna clean the document up.
Okay.
And then at the next meeting, we can just do a final walkthrough and just finalize everything.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Charles. It was
Thank
great
you.
having you.
Yeah. Welcome aboard.
Thanks. Enjoyed it.
All right.
See
Good
you next week.
night.
See you
Bye,
in December.
Darcy. Bye,
Bye.
Charles.